Hello, this is Karen Matthews at the Power Zone with Be the Best You Part 4.5. After I made Part 4 on the vision board training, I realized that I needed to back up a little bit on a couple of things. So let's start with the first thing. I decided to make my vision board portable. If you're like me, you might not always go to sleep at the same time or wake up the same time as somebody that you're sharing the bedroom with. And I like to, when I look at my vision board, have epic music going and of course the lights on so you can see your items. And that doesn't really, it's not super conducive to the other person's privacy and sleeping if they're still asleep. So I made this portable, and all it is poster board and painter's tape, and I did laminate it because I plan on pulling items on and off quickly. So there I've got my tic-tac-toe, I've got room for my 9 items, and it's just super simple. Now, another thing that you can do to make this even more portable, we all have phones that have cameras nowadays, so you might as well just take a picture of your vision board and then you can take it with you. So if you're traveling or any time throughout the day that you need to be reminded of your goals, if you're getting kind of into a funk and you want to get back to that high vibration and get excited about your goals, then that's a great time to pull out your phone, maybe have it as your screensaver and look at it and start to feel how you would feel if you had already gotten that goal. Feel the wish fulfilled. Okay, so I told you that you need to put like 8 or 9 items on the tic-tac-toe, and I was thinking back to where I was about 3 years ago when I was starting this. I couldn't even come up with one goal, and here I'm telling you now to come up with 8 or 9. And because we had been living paycheck to paycheck in survival mode, I was covering groceries, heat, shelter, anything else was like incomprehensible. And if there ever was any extra money, I felt like it needed to go to my kids, and I didn't feel worthy or deserving of anything for myself. And so trying to come up with even one goal was really hard. So I did a technique that might help you. It helped me come up with some. So on my board here, I've got don't want and want. I can come up with things that I don't want, and then that will help me figure out what I do want. So to start with, maybe think, I don't want a cluttered workspace. Okay, and maybe another one is I don't want to be late. Maybe another one is I don't want debt. Maybe another one could be I don't want to be sick and bedridden. Okay, so here's a list of things that we don't want. Now we need to think of their positive opposites. So instead of not wanting a cluttered workspace, we want an organized workspace. If I don't want to be late, the goal needs to be observable and measurable. So maybe you could make a goal for every event for anything that I attend this week, I will be on time. On time for a week. I don't want debt. Okay, so it needs to be observable and measurable. So maybe you could set your goal that you want $200 extra. I don't want to be sick or bedridden. I've been there, done that, and it is awful. And so I had to improve my health. So the opposite is healthy, but you can't really measure that. So maybe you could measure it by, if you've been bedridden, just being able to walk around the block might be a huge goal. Or if you can do more than that, walk a mile. Walking is great exercise, or maybe you can walk 2 miles, or maybe you could bike around the block. Something simple, something measurable. And your goals can be in the areas of physical, financial, mental. So like, for example, for a mental one, you've got a book that you set a goal, I will read this book by, and set a time frame. For if you were doing a spiritual goal, if you were feeling lacking in the spiritual, you could maybe set a goal that I will attend a spiritual meeting once a week for a month, something like that. So I hope that will give you some ideas of things to set. Okay, so in doing this at home, I hope you can read this. On this side, I've got written don't want, and then divided it into 2 columns, and on this side I've got want. So make your list of the things you don't want, make your positive opposite list, then take it and just tear it. Get rid of these things that you don't want. They have negative vibrations. We don't want to focus on anything negative. We want to focus only on the positive. So use the things you want now to find pictures, the images, and then put the words with it of things that you do want. So good luck in making your vision board and setting those goals, and I hope you will join me on more episodes of Be the Best You at the Power Zone. Thank you.